I am a groundsman on a large estate. Westwoods last me 4 years and cost about £1 an hour. They are normally well built and reliable. That's why I use Westwood. In my job it's important to reduce machine downtime and ensure they are fit for my purpose. No one wants a machine that's ghastly to use. The T80 had a few issues that needed addressing to make it a great machine. As you can see from the very start, we have a moving bonnet. This is because of bad arrangement between the metal plate attached underneath the bonnet and the magnet above the petrol tank. The side screens reduce airflow to the engine and are attached badly. The addition of fenders obscure the operator seeing objects entering the cutter deck. The steering stop blocks prevent full use of the quadrant as they are premature in their operation. This makes for a much larger turning circle. The collector lift handle is on the outside of the machine. This will catch on objects and may bend at the weld. A rubber wheel arch trim is mainly held on with rivets and this will tear off easily. A badly located cutter collection switch lives on a flimsy plastic mould which a branch could be removed with ease. Every time you go into reverse with the blades on, it automatically switches off, meaning this switch has to be turned off and then on again. This will cause wear to the clutches and the switchgear. All Westwood owners are used to and hate the seat switch. Simply join the wires to bypass. As for the one underneath, if it operates too early or when you go over bumps, simply bend the tag until you are happy. The grass box tip lever drops down and hits the base of the collector box. It will make a hole in it given time. I have already seen this particular model suffering from this problem. The collector safety covers make it difficult to change the belt. Adjust belt, remove collector unit and adjust belt tension. When they are in position, it's very tricky to get at the connector for the coupling in the safety switch which lives in the grass box. A grill has been added to the rear of the gearbox. All this achieves is grass build-up on top of the gearbox, making its temperature rise. These gearboxes need to be cool or they will fail prematurely. When I operate the grass box tip lever, it just about fouls on the handbrake, and the plastic moulding surrounding it stops you getting full tip with the lever. It'd be even more difficult if there was actually a can in here or a cup. Getting off the machine proves very difficult with the handbrake lever here, and on the other side you've got the height adjuster to contend with, along with the powered grass box height adjuster. And when you get off, it's so easy to catch a leg on the side of this nasty guard. Reverse works fine, but when I go forward, my foot jams on a cutout in the plastic side mould. Really, a flat bottom on the steering wheel. That just puts my wrists and elbows at weird angles. Plus, to get proper leverage in use, users are more likely to grab the wheel in a dangerous manner. This could possibly result in hand injuries. The safety guard, if left in place, has an edge on it. This will self-sharpen against walls and may cut your leg and will definitely take the bark off trees. There really is no need for it as there is a small guard underneath which can be modified to serve the purpose better. Off to the shed for some modifications. I may be gone some time. The bonnet now fits well with little side-to-side movement due to its revised bracket. You can even rock the tractor now. The magnet stays the same. The revised bracket has side pieces welded to it to stop the lateral movement. As I said, you can really rock the tractor now, and the bonnet only moves the tiniest amount. Now that the side panels have gone, it allows air to enter the engine. This will save you money in fuel due to the engine cooling more efficiently. The steering lock has been greatly improved by grinding a flat spot on the restrictor. This gives a much better turning circle. Gone are the fenders and the useless bonnet guides. Now I can see things before they go under the blades. The leg shredding guards have been removed along with all brackets except for the deck support, which you must grind off one weld to reuse the front section of this bracket, just where I point. Failure to do this will result in the body flopping around. Here I have removed the rubber wheel arch and have filled the holes. The nasty plastic trim has now been removed along with the cup holder. I have bent the handbrake forward and slightly to the side. This allows full tip of the grass box. I've also cut 25mm off the end of the lever. Now I get full use with no plastic trim in the way. I also had to fill the hole that was left by the cup holder. All guards have been removed from this area, as I often remove this unit to do selective jobs. The guard at the rear of the gearbox has also been removed. Now the gearbox will cool much easier. Also, it will be easier to remove grass cuttings when they do build up on top of the gearbox. As you can see, a small metal plate stops the tip handle, making a hole in the bottom of the collector box. Both sides were sanded and then this was epoxied in place. To bypass the collector switch, simply connect the two red wires together, and if you want a silly flashing light on your dashboard, connect the two yellow wires together. Keep both circuits separate, as I haven't tried to find out what the result would be. Now we have a round steering wheel fitted. This one is an old Sparco mini steering wheel. There's much less arm strain with a round wheel, and why would you mess around with something that was designed hundreds of years ago and has never failed? The relocation of switches meant a small rewire job and the fabrication of a metal plate for stiffness. As reverse cutout switch has now been bypassed, this switch is only used a few times a day instead of many times an hour. It's strange the switch was never located here in the first place. The horrible rattly plastic housing in which it lived has also been removed. This left a ghastly hole which I've now filled. The foot pedal was straight, but it now has a crank in it, which allows your foot to move without catching the side of the machine. This also keeps your ankle at a more natural angle, even with huge feet like mine. The ghastly guards have now gone, replaced by this neat little guard. The side part of it was already here. It just needed a top welded to it. At the front of this there was a small metal plate which was riveted on. It used to touch the belt occasionally. That has been removed. Behind the plastic side trim I found the battery to solenoid cable had been tied over a sharp edge. It's best to reroute this cable in a safer manner as it's under the fuel tank. The insulation on my Westwood had been damaged, so it's best to check yours. This switch you will hate. It stops you mowing in reverse. When it kicks in, you will have to turn your clutch off and then on again. On some lawns, I have to operate this switch over 100 times. Just disconnect the wires and secure them out of the way. Here we have all the parts that I've removed from the Westwood. I found them either badly designed or not suitable for my purpose. That's a whole lot of unnecessary design. In closing, I hated this machine when it arrived, but following my modifications, it's the best Westwood that I've ever used. Warning, my video contains modifications that I found necessary, but guards are there for a reason, so consider what you do, as removal may cause injury or worse. Modifications may or will void your warranty.